We're studying the book of Shemot, which actually in Greek it is Exodus. The name Exodus comes from the Greek Septuagint, not from the Hebrew. I want to read the Hebrew alphabet with you, try to help you to familiarize yourself with that just a little bit. It's been a while since we taught Hebrew. We started about 3 or 4 weeks ago again, trying to finish the book of Exodus. We'll have it all down there. We're on class number 118 right now, and we're in Exodus 31 and verse 18. But let's read the alphabet again first. Alpha, no. Aleph, Beth, Gamel, Daleth, He, Wa, Zayin, Cheth, Teth, Yod, Kof, Lamet, Mem, Nun, Samek, Ayin, Pei, Sadi, Kof, Resh, Sinshin, Tau. And now we'll go to 31 and verse 18 here in the Amplified Bible. First, 31 and verse number 18, if I can get in the right place. The other day we started off in the wrong place. This Bible is not really marked very well. 31:18. When he had finished speaking with him on Mount Sinai, he gave Moses the 2 tablets of the testimony, the tablets of stone written with the finger or the hand of God. Now when the people saw that Moses delayed coming down from the mountain, they gathered together before Aaron and said, "Come, make us a god." You know, you go back in this period of time. Now Aaron was a goldsmith. The tribe of Levi were gold and silversmiths. And they were used to making gods, weren't they? In Egypt, they made a lot of gods. And so these people, they said, where's Moses? He's gone. We don't know what happened to him. Make us a god. Make us a god so we can worship a god. We're used to worshiping gods. We're used to seeing gods. But for you to tell us to worship a God that we can't see, that's unusual. We want a God that we can see. Now, people in the world today, they want a God that they can see and touch and feel. That's the story. We live in in our generation that we're living in, and I talked with several of my students today. Church services in many churches are, they don't teach the Bible, not like we do here. And they basically don't know what they believe and don't know why they believe it, and they just carry a Bible, but some of them don't even carry a Bible anymore because they put it up on a screen. We don't have one of those screens to do that here. I wish I had one with the Hebrew, but I don't. But you can learn the Bible as we teach it. Come, make us a God who will go before us. People want feeling. They want to feel God, and they want to see and touch God. They want a religion that is exciting. And that's what these people here did too. This goes back to base materialism. Base materialism. Hyper-spiritualism. Also, hyper-spiritualism. They want a God that can work miracles and do all this stuff among them today. They want this same thing today. And the man who brought us up from this land of Egypt, we do not know what has become of him. Well, that's his brother. So Aaron replied with them, "Take off the gold rings that are in your ears of your wives and your sons and daughters and bring them to me." I know how to do this. Just bring me the gold. I'm going to make you a god. He's used to making gods. So all the people took off the gold rings that were in their ears and brought them to Aaron. Now, they took off their nose rings and earrings. They had rings in their noses, which people are wearing again today. And he took the gold from their hands and fashioned it with a engraving tool and made it into a molten calf. And they said, and then he said, "This is your God, O Israel, who brought you up from the land of Egypt." Woo! God is mad. Moses is mad. And yet we ought to be a little bit angry today when people demand a religion that they can feel and a God they can see, and they want all these miracles today, and we have the Bible telling us that they happen. You don't need them today. They happened. The miracles in the New Testament were to prove that Jesus was Messiah, and also to prove that the disciples were receiving the inspired Word of God. Now when Aaron saw the molten calf, he had built an altar before it, and Aaron made a proclamation that said, "Tomorrow shall be a feast to Jehovah." So they got up early the next day, and they offered burnt offerings and brought peace offerings, and then the people sat down to eat, to drink, and to get up and play shamefully without moral restraint. They were going to do just exactly what they were doing in Egypt. They were going to have the religious service that they had in Egypt. It's a pagan service now. So that's what we're going to stop right there in those verses right now. We'll go back and read it from the Hebrew language and see what else that we can glean from the silver and gold and jewels that is in the original languages. Yah yethathem el Moshe kakalotho lidbar ito bahar Sinai Shenai, Lukoth, Hasduth, Lehoth, Evan, Keith Uvim, Beetzba, Elohim. And he kept on giving unto Moses to complete and to finish. To complete and to finish. He kept on giving Moses. Third person master singer, Cal, while consecutive and perfect here. And it comes from a Natan. This one, Yah-yit-the-then. Comes from a Natan, and Natan means a gift. 678 and 733. Unto, that little preposition, page 39 there, unto Moshe. And what does Moshe mean?
To draw.
To draw out or to rescue. And then here it says, Kal Kol Lathol, to complete or to finish him. That's a PL infinitive construct. The suffix is third person masculine singular. Him, God, completed or finished to talk to him, to speak, li the bar, li, there on the front of that, it makes that into an infinitive there. The bar is a word or speech. The bar is also the name for Jehovah in the Old Testament because they didn't speak it. Ha the bar. So here we are to speak with him. Ito there now. The ito, that's a sign of direct object. And it has a suffix on it. And that third suffix is third person masculine singular. And then bahar. Bahar. Bahar means in the mountain. In har means mountain. In the mountain. In the mountain. That preposition, little baith on the front of that, page 88. In the mountain of Sinai. Sinai. What? You remember what Sinai means? Remember what Sinai means? Sinai means thorns. And remember, on Sinai there was a thorn bush up there. Now, a lot of them have these thorn bushes that they thought, the thorns that they wove on Jesus' head and everything. For his head, but this thorn bush here is a blackberry bush. It's a blackberry thorn. It's a thorny, wild blackberry bush, and they still have those up on Mount Sinai. Sinai means thorns. Page, it's feminine singular word, and it means it's on page 696. And then we have the word Shenai. Shenai means to divide. That's what it literally means. Shenai means to divide. Shenai, and it means two. Two. Page 1042, Lakoth, 2 tablets. The tablets letter Lakoth there is page 531 in the analytical Hebrew lexicon, your Brown Driver Briggs, and then Ha-aduth. Ha is a definite article on the front of that word. Page 206, and then testimony. Aduth is testimony. That means covenant. Covenant. Lehoth. Lehoth there means tablets. Tablets of Evan. Evan is stone. Lithos would be the Greek word for this. Lithos. Lithograph. Lithos. A stone. It's a feminine singular word on page 6. And ketha uvim. Ketha uvim. That means having been written. Masculine plural cal participle. Page 507 and 503. That comes from kathav. Kathav. Having been written. And then we be etzba. And then it here we got be. It means in or by the finger of God. That finger is feminine singular construct there. The finger of Elohim. The finger of God. The triune God. Jehovah wrote it. But the whole triune God had something to do with it. The finger of Elohim. Now let's go to page number, or chapter number 32 and verse 1. And it's kind of a long verse. Wayira ha'am ki bo shesh Moshe laradith men hahar yik kahel ha'am al aharon wayomeru elo gam aseh lanu Elohim asher yidiku lefanu ki zeh Moshe ha'ish asher hi elunu me'eretz Mitzrayim lo yadanu me haya lo. See if it goes any further. That was a long verse. Wayira. And he saw and kept on seeing. Third person masculine singular cal, wow, consecutive imperfect here. This ra'ah. Ra'ah means to see or to look after. Jehovah Ra'ah comes from this word here. Jehovah, the one who, my shepherd, or the one who watches over me. And he saw and kept on seeing. Third person masculine singular cal, wow, consecutive imperfect. And that's on page 906 and 1157 in the lexicons. Ha'am, the people. And he saw and kept on seeing the people that, this little, or because, page 471, that word key there, and then Boshesh, he had delayed. The people saw, they kept on seeing that he had delayed. Third person masculine singular, perfect, that he had delayed Moshe, Moses, to come down, la redeth, to come down, that lamet on the front of that there, that L on the front of that with a vowel underneath it, la radeth, that means, that turns it into a cal infinitive construct, to come down. And then men there, page 580, that little preposition men. Remember, mana, what, also men, from, and ma, what. From the mountain, har, the mountain. And they assembled, and they kept on assembling. The third person masculine singular nifel, while consecutive and perfect, kahal, they kept on assembling. Ha'am, the people. The people had a church service here. They assembled, but they assembled to do bad. They used to assemble around the gods of Egypt. Now they're going to assemble around Aaron and tell him to build them a god that they can see and touch and get all excited about this. Some of the church services today are nothing but a concert. Yay, 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 yay. That's what they wanted. They wanted that. They wanted to dance around. Unto, that little all there, page 752, unto Aaron. Aaron means what? Light. But right now, Aaron means darkness. And they kept on saying, Wayomaru. Third person masculine plural cow wow consecutive imperfect. That comes from Amer, page 55 and 65, and in the Brown Driver Burgers, and then Kohler and Bumgardner. And then Elah, they said, or kept on saying to him, Elah, that there is a preposition, el, and then it's got a third person masculine singular suffix on it, and then the gum. Gum. Gum means arise, stand up. Masculine singular cow imperative, stand up. And you make for us, cow imperative, masculine singular cow imperative, you make for us, that word lanu there, that's a preposition, lamet, and then with a suffix, a first person plural, make for us, and that's on 439 in Davidson's, gods. Make for us gods. Not a God, but gods. We want a lot of gods. We want gods. We want gods that we can touch, we can feel, we can look at, we can dance around. Asher, which, that little particle relation there, page 81 through 4, and then Yeliku. And they kept on going. Third person masculine plural cow imperative, or imperfect that is. They kept on going and they kept on walking to the face of us, before us, so that these gods can keep on and leading us and walking before the face of us, because, that little word key there, because this Moses, this Moshe, this rescuer, the man, Ha'ish, the man, the definite article in front of that, man is Ish, the man who, the little particle of relation there, Asher, he ilunu, he has brought us up. Third person masculine singular hifel, perfect. Suffix first person construct plural. He has brought us up. Like, remember I told you, Marilyn, you studied Greek shorthand. You were really good at it. You were a secretary, what they call it, the executive secretary for Bell Telephone down in Los Angeles. You took shorthand. Well, this word ha-ilunu, this is third person masculine singular hifel perfect, suffix for first person construct plural. So in that little word it says that he has brought us up. All in that little short word there. Me'eretz. Me'eretz there, there's preposition on the front of it there, page 580. And then eretz means what? Earth. Page 76. And that's a feminine singular. The earth is feminine. Mitzrayim. Mitzrayim is a feminine singular word, and it means what? The land of red mud and canal banks, because it was an irrigated country. They didn't depend upon rain. They irrigated their farms. That's why everybody else, when Joseph was over all that, everybody else didn't have any. They planned on dry land farming, and Egypt was irrigated land. That's what Egypt of Mithraim means. Egyptos, or Egypt, comes from the Greek language. And then lo here we have a little adverb of negation. Mithraim not. We have known. Not, adverb of negation, page 515. Not, we have known. First person construct plural, cal, perfect. Not, we have known. 393 and 390. What? Remember what ma means? Mana. When God gave them mana, they said, what is it? Here is what? Just a little interrogative word here. And then haya. What? He has become. What he has become. Third person singular singular cal, perfect. 224 and 243 from haya. Same word that Jehovah comes from. Of him, or to him. What has become to him or of him, and that is the preposition with a third person masculine singular suffix. Let's go here to 32 and verse 2 now. Wyomer. I remember Donnie and Chris's little girl, she liked that word Wyomer. There it is there, Wyomer. Alehema, Aharon, Perigu, Nizme, ha-zahav, asher, be-azne, na-shikam, benekem, you vinoth, ikem. We have vihu. We have vihu, ilay. And that's the end of that verse. It wasn't quite as long. Wyomer, and he said and kept on saying. Third person masculine, singular, cal, wow, consecutive, and perfect. And he said to them, Elohim, now that's almost like Elohim, but the vowels are different. He said to them, and this is basically a preposition with a suffix. He said unto them, and them is the third person plural suffix, Aaron, Aharon. Aharon means what? Light. But here it's darkness, and that's page 14. Then we have Paragu, and there it means tear off. He said tear off, masculine plural PL imperative. Tear off your earrings and your nose rings. The rings, Nisme, the rings, the gold. Rings there, 634, and then gold. It has the gold, the Ha-ze-hav. Remember the little town of Havilah? That was the county seat of Kern County at one time.
Havilah?
Havilah means gold. Ha-zevav. Ha-zevav. The gold, which, that was which there, that's a little particle of relation there, page 84. Be-azane, in ears. In the ears, and that's a locative plural. Bay there on Beth on the front of that preposition, page 88, the Beth, and then azane. Azane means the ears of your wives, of the wives of you. That's genitive plural. Of the wives of you. Your sons, and the sons of you, the wives of you, and the sons of you. That's genitive plural. The sons, means according to a pattern, B'nai Chem. And then we got Yuvanothikem. And your daughters. See that tau in there? That tau that makes it feminine. And the daughters of you, the genitive plural, suffix. And that's on page 98 in Davidson and 123 in Brown Driver Briggs. And then it says, we have you. And bring them. Masculine plural, hifal imperative. Bring them. That comes from who there. Page 97, 112. Bring them, elay, to me. There we have a preposition el, and then we have a suffix as first person singular. Bring them to me. Verse number 3 now. Wayith pelragu. Call ha'am et Nisme, Hazahav, Asher, Be'azenehem, Wayevu, El Aharon. And they tore off, and they kept on tearing off, third person masculine plural, Hethel, wow, consecutive, and perfect. That comes from Perek. That they kept on tearing off, all, call is all, page 481, then ha'am, the people, ha'am. The people. The people there is page 766. The family, the people. And then we have the sign of direct object et there. And then Nisme. Nisme is rings. 634. And then it says Hazihav here is the gold. Which, Asher, which in their ears. In their ears, the preposition Beth there, page 88, and the ears is 23. And that's genitive plural. Wayevu, and they kept on bringing in. They kept on bringing in third person masculine plural, hifal, wow, consecutive, and perfect. That we on the front of it, that's a conjunction, page 253. And then el unto Aaron. El preposition 39 unto Aaron, page 14. Now 32 and verse number 4. Wayikak mi yadam, Wayathar, Otho, Bachareth, Ya Ashur, Egal, Masika, Wayomaru, Ele, Elohika, Yisrael, Asher, Ha Iluku, Me'eretz, Mitzrayim. Now, here's quite a statement. Behold the God that brought you out of Egypt. Blasphemy. Well, he didn't last very long, Aaron did. He was not really, he lacked a lot, let's put it that way. Wayikak, and God ended up killing him too. And he shall keep on taking, third person masculine, singular, cal, while consecutive and perfect, he shall keep on taking, likak, from their hand, me, yedam, yedan, there, from their hands, or from the hands of them, the oblative, preposition there, 580, and from their hands. And he shall keep on fashioning, third person masculine singular, cal, while consecutive and perfect, 849 and 1015. That word yatzar. He shall keep on fashioning him. Look at that word him there. Etho. That is a preposition of the direct object with a suffix, third person masculine singular. And then we have the word bachareth. Bachareth. In engraving. He was a goldsmith, so he was used to making gods. So now he's going to keep on engraving. He's going to use an engraving tool, and many people believe what he did here is that he took a large piece of wood and carved it in the shape of a calf, and then he took the gold and beat it out real thin. He poured it, the molten calf, and he poured it out real thin, and he beat it and covered that wooden calf with this golden covering. Gold is what? A type of God. Guess what? He said, this is God. They brought him engraving tool, and he shall keep on making him. Third person masculine singular, suffix third person masculine singular. That word is I saw there where it comes from, 793 and 889, and then a calf, igel. Igel is calf. Masika is a cast. He's going to cast all of these earrings and no rings, and he's going to melt them, and then he's going to take this and he's going to beat it out into a sheet and beat it over this form. Now the cast there is a feminine singular word. It's a 10th declension word, by the way, nisach, and that means to pour. What he did is he melted all the gold and he poured it out and beat it out in sheets. And they kept on saying, third person masculine plural, cal, while consecutive and perfect, that word wayomaru, they come from Amer, 55 and 65. And then ele, these ones. These ones. That's a little adjective, demonstrative plural adjective there. Elem. And these ones, Elohika, these ones are your gods. These are your gods, Yisrael, which, these are your gods which, he eliku, which they had brought you, third person contract plural, hifel perfect, they had brought you, and the suffix is third person masculine singular, or second person masculine singular, brought you from land, meh, preposition, from land of Egypt, the land of red mud and canal banks, this irrigated land. Verse number 5 now. Wayar, Aharon, Wayaven, Mizbeach, Lefanu, Wayigra, Aharon, Wayomer, Chog, Lehadabar, Machar. And he saw and kept on singing, third person masculine singular, cal, wow, consecutive and perfect. That comes from the word Ra again. Roeh, which means the shepherd to look, with a conjunction on front of it, and then Aaron. And he kept on building. He kept on building. Why? Yevon, third person masculine singular, cal, wow, consecutive and perfect. That comes from Binah, and that is 124 and 137. He kept on building Mitzbeach, an altar. Remember the word Mitzpah? That comes from this word here, an altar. To before the face of, or to the face of, Lefaneho, that preposition on front of it, and then the word face or nose there, 8:16, and Wayikra, and he kept on calling, third person masculine singular, cal, wow, consecutive and perfect. That comes from Kara, 894 and 1128. And he kept on calling Aaron, and he said, Wayomer, and he said, and kept on saying, third person masculine singular, cal, wow, consecutive and perfect. A feast, chog. Chog means feast. A feast, a festival, a gathering. La Hadavar, to Jehovah. And Jehovah, he's turned this calf into Jehovah now, so they can see and follow a God of their imagination and their physical. They didn't want to follow an invisible God. People have a hard time serving a God that you can't touch. That's why Catholics really like their images and their 7 stations of the cross and all of that, because they can touch it. They can see it. Machar, tomorrow. That little adverb there. Okay, verse number 6 now. This is our last verse now. Wayish kimu, mem ma charath, waya alu, olath, wayik yeshu, Sheila Mim, Wayeshev, Ha'am, Li'ikal, We Sha Athol, Wayeka Kamu, Li Sak Chog. See if I got to go any further here. Nope, that's it. Wayesh Kamu. Wayesh Kamu. Y on the front of that is a conjunction. And they rose up, and they kept on raising up. The third person masculine plural, hifel, wow, consecutive and perfect. That word comes from Shekam, 1014 and 1492. Early. They rose up early. They kept on rising up early from the morrow. That little preposition on the front, me charo, from morrow, and they kept on offering. They kept on offering. Third person masculine plural, hifal, wow, consecutive and perfect. They kept on making an offering. 748 and 828. A whole burnt offering. Now what in the world did they burn? Did they burn an animal to this god, this idol? A whole burnt offering, 750. That olah. And then why? Yah Gishu. And they kept on bringing, third person masculine plural, wow, or hifel, wow, consecutive and perfect, 620 and 670. Peace offerings. Boy, this isn't going to be a peace offering. This is going to be an anger. This is going to be blasphemy. They kept on bringing shilamim, peace offerings, agreements. Remember, the word shalom is in that word. Agreements. Well, they're not. God is not going to agree with them. You know, when you come to God, you have to come to God on His terms, not your terms. You come to God on His terms. What He tells you to do, you do it. Simple as that. You believe in my Son that I sent into this world to live the life, to prove He was Messiah, to die on the cross, and they buried Him and they rose again. That's the gospel. And without the gospel today, you have nothing. Peace offerings, agreements, 10:23. And then why Yeshev, and he sat down and kept on sitting down, the people, to eat, ha'am, the people, to eat. Look at that word li'ikal. That's Cal infinitive construct. That lemet on the front of that means that it's a preposition. It comes from akal. To eat and to drink. We sha'othol, to eat and to drink. And that is a Cal infinitive with a conjunction on the front of it. To eat and to drink. And they kept on rising up. Third person masculine plural, Cal, while consecutive and perfect. They kept on rising up to make pleasure. They kept on rising up to make pleasure. They were dancing. They were fornicating and dancing. To have pleasure. To laugh, to kiss, and sexual intimacy. That's a PL infinitive construct, page 850. It means a sexual orgy. 1019. A sexual orgy. They kept on standing up and they would dance around and they were having a sexual orgy around this idol. They kept on having a sexual orgy around this idol. They were having a good time. A real good time worshiping a God that they could touch and see. And it was all emotion and all what we might call sensual pleasure. All emotion and sensual pleasure. And that is the way so many people today want to worship God too. It didn't work back then. It's not going to work today, people. You want to worship God, you worship God according to His rules. How do you worship God? You explain, you teach His Word, and you follow the words. And you use the Old Testament as examples and the New Testament as the doctrines that you have in the New Testament. These are the things that we are supposed to do. God gives us the instruction manual. People don't want to preach the instruction manual today. Our Father, we send this message out for your honor and for your glory. Please use it wherever it goes.